I'm here today with Miss Lori Harris of A Local Buzz. Lori, how you doing today?
Great. Thanks, Dan.
It's great to have you on. The reason that we're having this conversation today is because we want to get to know a bit more about you and your business. And so if you could tell us, what is A Local Buzz? What do you guys do?
At a local buzz, we use social media marketing and paid advertising to help our clients find their new clients.
Okay, right on. So you do the social media marketing. Are there any specific platforms that you work with, or is it really up to kind of the client and what their audience is? How does it work when you are
So
determining what the best solution is for a client?
that's a great question because often my clients think they need to be on all the social media platforms. And it
Mhm.
really depends on which platform your prospects are on. With most of my social marketing campaigns, though, I ask the client, which is the platform that you're the most comfortable on? Let's start with that one and get traction on that platform before we start teaching you how to use TikTok. Let's
Yeah.
get traction on the platform that you're already comfortable with. So that's really where we start.
All right, that makes perfect sense. And so, how long have you been doing this for?
Well, now that's a good question. I started working online maybe 15 or 20 years ago. My first business online was in the wireless telecom space. And then I started a local buzz probably 2008. So it's been quite some time that I've been marketing for other people online.
Okay, right on, right on. And with that, I'm sure that, obviously comes a lot of experience. I know that internet marketing is things can get very busy, especially when you do have a large clientele base. So, in what would you say? I guess there's a couple things I want to ask about that, but so what would you say at this point separates you from your competition, other people that are doing the same thing?
So I started my career in consulting and then I moved into technology sales. So I made my money selling telecom software to the board of directors at Asian telecom companies. That means I had to get 10 people around the table to say yes to my proposal. That experience of selling $10 million software systems, it's valuable to me now in my digital marketing campaigns for much smaller businesses, because I know what it means to get someone to say yes to a proposal, to get someone to say yes to doing business with you. And I think that's really what sets me apart from some other digital marketing firms, is that my success and my background and my experience is really in sales.
Yeah.
So it's not just how do I set up a Facebook ad campaign, but how do I find someone interested in my thing? And then how do I get them to meet with me? And how do I get them to say yes? And how do I answer their objections and do all that online? And
All
that's
right.
really, I think, what sets me apart.
And I think that is a wonderful point of differentiation because, I know that there are some digital marketing firms out there that will literally just, talk to the client, put up an ad, and expect it to do kind of all the work. But it's good to have that. I think that creative input in somebody that has had, you know, real life experience and what it takes to not only be presented in front of a prospect, but also come closer to a conversion.
So
That's good stuff.
I had a new project I'm working on a few weeks ago, and the client gosh, I hope he doesn't hear this. He's selling, he's creating an executive roundtable for CEOs.
Okay.
I said, mate, I hate to tell you this. I just don't know anyone who's a CEO who's going to see an ad on CNN.com and agree to sign up for $1,000 a month program.
Mm,
We're going to have to work through this and go back a little to a few further decision points in his decision making process.
right.
And luckily, my client was like, "That makes perfect sense." But yeah, and I know some digital marketing firms would have put up that ad on CNN.com. And I just don't. And I just said I don't think that's going to be successful. We're going to have to back up a few steps
Yeah. Yeah.
in our
There's
customer journey.
like you need to qualify the prospect as you go. Yeah. So what you're
Yeah, well,
talking about is, you know, uh, having points of engagement throughout the life of, I guess, a campaign, like whether it's a form or like a text? Is this what we're talking about?
Well, one of my favorite examples is a wedding photographer.
All right.
So by the time someone gets ready to hire a wedding photographer, you're kind of competing on price. So I talked to this photographer and said, what happens before the wedding? Well, there's the engagement. So if you were the engagement photographer, then you have a pretty good chance of being the wedding photographer. So
Mhm.
what happens before the engagement? Well, there's the proposal. And what happens before the proposal? Well, the groom to be is looking for a diamond ring. So we put up a campaign. Our campaign was the 5 most romantic places to propose in Denver. Now, a guy buying a diamond ring is thinking, oh, I want my proposal to be romantic, right?
Right
So
on.
he clicks on that ad, he reads that blog post, and the call to action is, hey, you want to take this over the top? Get the proposal photographed. You'll really be the hero. Now, if
Mm.
my client is the proposal photographer, she's got a good chance of being the wedding photographer. So we backed all the way up in the decision-making process
Yeah.
and found the client early in the game. And that was a key to success for her.
Right on. That's good thinking. Good thinking. All right. And so that, I think that's a wonderful story. Are there any other customer service stories that you might want to touch on? Or did you want to kind of move on? I think those are
Um,
great.
okay, so one of my favorite clients is a music school. And they really hired me to create to improve their Google pay-per-click campaign.
Hmm.
But my background's in technology, right? So I've got this blend of art and science. And the first thing I did was go and look at their Google Analytics. And the pages on their website that people spent the most time on were the biographies of the teachers. So this makes sense. If you're hiring
Yeah,
someone to come in your house, you want to know who they are.
of course.
So our whole ad campaign, we did it on Facebook actually, but it came around um, videos of the teachers making music and how what their teaching philosophy was. So the whole campaign was about the teachers. And that was, it was successful because we used the data, where are people going on their site, to inform what type of campaign we should have.
That's excellent. That's excellent. Lori, it's been really nice talking to you. Unfortunately, I need to cut the conversation a little bit short, but before I do, could you one last time, let us know your company, who you are, and what's the best way to get to reach you?
Lori Harris, and the company is A Local Buzz. And just on alocalbuzz.com, you can find several ways to reach out. And we look forward to talking to you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Lori Harris, A Local Buzz. It's been awesome speaking with you today, okay?
Thank you, Dan. Bye-bye.